I decided, parents of All Souls Kids, you are my friends, and I wanted to just share with you from the heart my own messiness. But I have still deleted and started over this video at least 5 times. So I guess there's vanity left even in the time of COVID. But I wanna tell you a couple things. The first thing I want to tell you is that my home and my life are a wreck right now. I posted on Facebook last week because I just wanted to know, am I the only one? And I got, if you go to my Facebook page, my personal page, just endless responses of other people who feel similarly, like moving so that every kid has a place to do. Online school is no joke. And then all the emotions of I have a senior in high school whose senior year has essentially been canceled. No prom, no last season of lacrosse, no senior night. My youngest son, his driver's test was canceled. He thought by the time he had his birthday, which has also been kind of canceled, he would have his driver's license, and he won't. And my oldest son, he also has experienced the cancellation of his graduation from college, and it's postponed, but when you're an adult graduating from college, postponed means canceled, because he's going to be moving on probably, and for sure most of his friends will have. So things are just in upheaval, a state of uncertainty, and there's also the very real reason why all of these losses have happened, and I'm not minimizing that. That is a major deal. I don't know about you, but we live on a college campus, which is an international community, and we know people, we have friends on campus who have lost multiple people in their families. The rest of the world doesn't have the same access to medical care that we have in America, in New York State, and even here there have been losses like that. And so that's very real. All of these pressures have come to bear, and somehow now you are also supposed to be online schooling your children. And if that's going for you, even a little bit the way it's going for me, high school online schooling is just no joke, so I'm not even going to go into it. But I want to say this to you. As messy as it is, you're doing the best you can, and God put you with these children in the house that you're in intentionally. These circumstances around you are intentional. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because of a word of wisdom that I have a beautiful mother-in-law, and I thank God every day because you get the mother-in-law that you get. But mine is the sweetest, most spiritually strong woman that I could have hoped for as a mother-in-law. And she is a widow. She's been a widow for a couple years now, a few years. And I asked her on Sunday morning, I said, is the isolation, because she lives alone in the house that she shared with my father-in-law, is the isolation magnifying your grief? Is the isolation making the quiet harder for you to bear? And she said this to me, and I share it to you. She said, Tracy, I resolved long ago that if a thing is happening in my life, it's because it's God's will for me at that time. And so whenever I feel sad about what's happening to me right now, I say, this is God's will for my life right now. And I feel comforted, because if it's God's will for my life right now, then He can bring something beautiful, and He will be with me in it. And it's a simple thing. You'll notice that I'm not quoting any chapter and verse, but the whole Bible speaks to this as the reality. And so when I sat down with my children last night, I said to them, listen, I'm experiencing frustration and loss as a result of this, and I know you are too. So I just want you to think of the thing that grieves you the most, the crappiest thing that is happening in your life, and I want you to say, I don't get to that trip I want. I don't get to go. I personally was going to that children's ministry conference that I won, and I was so excited to go away and do this cool thing and learn new stuff, and I don't get to go now. It's canceled. So I said, I'll go first. I don't get to go on my trip in June, and that's God's will for my life right now. And then my children went, and they each named the thing that grieves them the most, and my husband. And it was just an easy conversation, but it was so powerful for me to hear them say it, and to hear them say, I don't get to have senior season of lacrosse, and that's God's will for my life right now. Speaking the truth out loud is really powerful because we're way lazy about it at our house, and it's very easy to say, oh, did I tell you we also had an ant infestation this week? I can't remember if I said that or not, but the kind that eat your house, not the kind that eat dirt and food, but the carpenter kind. The carpenter ants like took over my house, and so frustrating in the middle of all the things to be trapped in my house and also constantly sweeping up ant carcasses. Just why, God, why? And so the complaining, it just comes out so easily. But the surrendering, the bending of my knee to God's best will is harder. So I just want to encourage you today. This is not a challenge, but this is me shoulder to shoulder with you saying this stuff that we're doing, it is hard because we have no one to look for. No one has ever done this before, but God is with you in it, and so am I. And so is your church family. So let us know if you need a partner. Call me if you just need to hide from the insanity for a couple minutes, and we will laugh and cry together. And find a way to encourage someone else today. You're not alone. We're in this together, but more importantly, we're in this because it's God's will for our life right now.